you can energetically go back to that point in time and you can be there for yourself and you can do exactly what I just described and collapse time and shift into your new reality. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In case you're new here, my name is Kim. This is Core Union. I want to talk today about how your triggers are your old identity. That's exactly what the trigger actually is. So when you're manifesting your true love back into your life, where you guys were together, something happened, maybe more than once, maybe there was a pattern that you experienced over and over and over again with them, or if it just happened once. Whatever the trigger was that came up for you is your old identity. And that's all that it is. Even though I know that can feel very dark, it can feel very painful, and it can really throw you off. I understand that. I get your pain. But if you could realize in the moment when, like, let's say that you've been consistent and you have been learning how to trust yourself. You've been learning how to love yourself. You've been learning how to choose yourself. You've been allowing yourself to change your own belief around relationships, love, men, women, you in relationships through whatever method or technique you choose. And then your person out of nowhere, especially if it's been like right after you really went in deeply, did some ho'oponopono, maybe whatever you choose to do, to let go, to forgive them, to forgive yourself, and then you really allowed yourself to go into a feeling state of having them in your life, of being together. And then they reach out of nowhere, out of, after no communication for a certain amount of time, whether that's months or years. That's not a coincidence. Nothing is a coincidence because life is always reflecting who you are back to you. But then when they come back, if the communication doesn't immediately just flow, like everything doesn't just go right into the relationship that you've been focusing on in your inner world, in your imagination, when you start to freak out about it and you start to get really triggered and you start to spiral and you get confused and you're like, why is he doing that? Why is she doing that? Why are they doing that? This is where the trigger itself needs to be detached from your person. The trigger and the emotions that are being brought up, this is your old identity. That's all that it is. It's not anyone's fault. Okay. So I'm going to read an email that one of my clients sent to me because this is something that she's going through right now. Well, I'll read what she said and it'll make more sense. And then I'll try to give you, as along with her, just some advice, what you can do if you're experiencing this and you're in the trigger. It's going to be the same thing that I probably always explain, but sometimes if I say something in a certain way, or if you're new to the channel, maybe it'll just hit you differently and things will click. And then you're able to shift into your new identity, which is the version of you who knows that you are deeply loved, you're deeply wanted, you are cherished, you're secure, you are always appreciated, always valued, always seen and heard, and that you're taken care of and that love is safe. This is the mindset that you want to have. So before I get further into this, if you do love me and my content, please do like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. It helps me grow. I really do appreciate you for that. And if you want me to be your coach to help you manifest anything related to your specific person, email a short description to me at kim@coreunion.com. Go to the website, coreunion.com, book whatever you want to book, and my scheduling assistant, Olga, will get back to you with my next available session. You guys, if you're new to the channel, you might want to look at the playlist, Deep Soul Connections. There's so many, there's so many videos that share success stories with clients. Like I have success stories with more than one client where after a period of preparation, because there's never separation, after a period of preparation that, there appeared to be no communication in the 3D, their person packs up their vehicle brings all of their stuff with them and shows up at the person's house ready to commit, wanting to get engaged, wanting to get married. I have success stories where people actually did get divorced and then their person came back and asked to get remarried again. Your circumstance, what you believe is in between you and your person, that is a third party. It doesn't have to be a third party in the form of another person. But this, what you believe is in between you and your person, this is actually what you have to let go of because it's your old identity. That's all that it is. It's not it's not telling you whether you can or can't be in a relationship with your person. How you respond to it internally and what it starts to bring up in your mind, the trigger is your old identity. And that's what you have to let go of. That's what you have to detach from. Okay, so let me read this. After our last session in January, I felt called to start doing your drop all circumstances your person wants to claim you meditation regularly, along with Ho'oponopono. Some days I feel okay, and some days it brings up a lot emotionally when I feel I really went very deep. And just 2 weeks after I started the meditation, completely out of the blue after almost 2 months of silence, since his birthday on Thanksgiving, which and she put into parentheses, so she's still kind of counting. It's like she's still measuring based on the 3D. The contact I initiated after 6 months of no contact, which we discussed during our session. After a short time of her doing the meditation that I mentioned, he reached out to me 6 days ago. He simply sent a photo of him at a tourist place where he is staying, the country that he's in. And he asked, "Are you here by any chance? Are you in the country here by any chance?" At first, I didn't pay attention or realized he was already in the country that she was going to be visiting, which she mentions here. I only understood that after looking closely at the photo, and that really surprised me. I replied normally and I told him, "I'm not there yet, but I'll be there next week in about 4 days." Since then, we've been in touch on and off, but it's very sporadic. This kind of happens sometimes. The person comes back and then you become very hypervigilant of the amount of time of the responses between the texts. And this old identity is already starting to rise up within you. And then sometimes people get stuck in the 3D. So since then, we have been in touch on and off, but it's very sporadic from his side. And he's left me very confused and a bit annoyed. So right here, she's starting to blame him. And she told me I could make this video, by the way, because this is what she needs to help her with this. She's getting confused and she's starting to get upset and blame him. So right here, it's gone a little bit too far. And she already past the point where things started to rise up, where it would have been a good idea for her to step back and just be thankful that she's seeing that when she went deeper, that now he's coming back, and to be thankful that now they're in communication, but then to not get stuck in hypervigilant and measuring the time and going into judgment and annoying, emotions. What is it bringing up for you? So you went past that point already. But what I would suggest is if anyone else is watching this, if this starts happening, what you want to do is see what it's bringing up for you, get back into your stable, grounded, balanced, loving, pure intentions, and then stay in the end. So be thankful and then stay in the end, get back in embodying, like get excited about it, get happy about it. And then you start to feel this feeling come up. You have to surrender. You have to surrender and then go within and just give the little part of you that's starting to feel frustrated and annoyed a lot of love. Don't blame him. Don't blame anyone. Okay. He sends an occasional short message, photo, video, or a brief voice note, but there's no real back and forth. Why are you judging? If he's sending you short messages, photos, videos, and voice notes, I would be over the moon. If and when he talks, it's mostly about pollution or traffic or how he's feeling physically. He doesn't ask me anything at all after that one question that he used to initiate the contact. And when I ask questions regarding his experience or recommendations for him to recommend something in my country, he rarely answers them. Even when he himself suggested maybe we can have a call tomorrow, he's really trying to come in and he's really trying, and she's judging a lot of it and a lot. It sounds like she's already gone past that point, and now she's trying to probe and she's trying to initiate more and more communication, but she's not doing this in balanced, aligned, union, loving energy. It's the energy and the intention behind everything is coming from a different identity. It's coming from her old identity still. So she's not letting go of the old identity, basically. And she's not in trust of him and her. When I asked when we are having the call, following his suggestion, just trying to be natural, and not play any games because this is how I used to be with him. He didn't say anything about it, but you are already coming from a misaligned energy. So please understand this, both to my client and to everyone else, and learn from this because this is can be very helpful for you and for everyone else doing this. What's hardest for me is that after asking if I was in the country, and once I confirmed that I'm coming there in 4 days, there hasn't been a single follow-up question. But your energy was already misaligned. So anything and everything that comes after that is because you didn't handle the trigger. Okay, you're in your old identity. You're not in your power. You're not in your trusting, pure, divine, unconditional love for yourself and for him. You're not in the relationship energy. You're imbalanced. You're not grounded. You're not stable. You're not secure. Okay. So, in other words, like I said earlier, you went past the point where it would have been good for you to turn within quickly, give yourself love, handle the trigger after you detached it from him, and then surrendered it and handed it over to God, universe, source. Because if you're in this energy, you're not in your power. So, there needs to be some surrendering because remember, I and my father are one, but my father's greater than I. You're kind of going into control mode again, but you're not recognizing it. And I understand it. It's your old identity wanting to, but you gotta step back. You gotta stand back and surrender. So there's been no single follow-up question, no curiosity. Okay, listen. He's already the one reaching out to you. He's the one sending you messages. He's the one sending you voice notes. He's sending you pictures. He's sending you photos. He's wanting communication. He's asking maybe we can have a call, and yet you still aren't. It's not enough. I just want you to see that. I know that this is challenging, but you have to see this. Okay. So more than once, how long he's there for, he's not answering any of my questions, but he's the one who reached out to you. So this is especially confusing because the city that he's in now is the city I already planned to visit. So wonderful. So you were planning to visit, you got in alignment. He actually beat you to it. Why be confused? Just be super thankful and grateful. Just see that what you did was really powerful because you actually went into balance and alignment and then let go of all this other BS. My younger sister lives there and I always go there when I'm home. I honestly had an initial thought as soon as he contacted me with this photo where I wondered if this is a bridge. Of course it's a bridge. Yes, it's a bridge. That's wonderful. I'm really trying to stay grounded, normal, and in the state of the wish fulfilled. Not chasing, not forcing, not pretending to be someone I'm not. But what you haven't done is you haven't done the detach your old identity and old story from him, which is the most important part, because that comes immediately when you're starting to get triggered. Then again, like I said earlier, give yourself love, do some revision, detach, hand it over because you're in a lower level of consciousness, and then get back in your end. In your end, you guys are loving, happy, stable, secure. Communication is consistent. It always flows. You guys are loving each other deeply, wanting each other equally, prioritizing each other, supporting each other, all of that wonderful stuff. Okay. So I'm imagining him missing me and eventually opening up again. No, you want to imagine being together. So I'm imagining him missing me and eventually opening up again with an apology of pushing me away. He is not pushing you away at all. You're kind of pushing and rejecting the little part of you that's fearful, the old identity, the trigger that's coming up. You're you're not giving that little part of you love. He is not pushing you it away at all. He has come to you. He came in. He reached out. He texted. He sent video. He sent voice notes. He wants to call. He's not pushing you away. He does not owe you an apology at all. I'm sorry. I'm saying this with love. I know that I'm being very stern with this, but you have to see this. Remember the story with Abdullah, Neville Goddard's teacher, where Neville Goddard got the door slammed in his face with Abdullah. I am not slamming the door in your face, but I am trying to be very stern with you. He has done nothing wrong. He doesn't owe you an apology at all. And you are not doing anything wrong in the 3D, but you're not getting back in alignment, getting back balance because you are blaming him. He's not doing anything to you, okay? So now I want to go down to this. All this is making me spiral quite a lot, and I just don't know how to deal with it. So I just mentioned how to deal with it. I don't think I'm going to keep reading more because it's kind of more of the same. So basically, what I sent back to her, which I want to share with you guys, get back peaceful and happy to see your state that you previously were is being reflected, meaning when you went into the oneness because of the meditation and you shifted into your new state, this is what you want to be excited about. That you want to be excited about the communication coming in, not pushing him away, saying that he's pushing you away. If he's the version that we are focusing on, where you guys are consistent, devoted, loving, committed, and your emotions are telling a different story, then you have to handle the emotion independent of him. Detach the trigger from him, detach the running story from him. This is your old identity telling you old stories, and that's exactly what the trigger is. So you're still projecting your old story onto him, still, even when he's coming back. So this is where you have to stop, give yourself love, revise, then surrender, hand it all over, then get back to embodying the end of being together. So this is the point. It's the exact point in this moment when you're being faced with the opposition. This is where you give yourself, you detach it from your person, you do what you need to do emotionally to handle the emotion independent of them, because this has nothing to do with your person. And then you make the decision after you've surrendered. You decided again. We love each other deeply. Our love is harmonious, stable, secure. We're fully committed to each other. Our love is balanced. We trust in each other. We trust in ourselves and in each other. We know each other's value and worth. We always show up for each other. We can't get enough of each other. Our love, our life together is harmonious, stable, secure. Okay? Please affirm down below that you have received this message and understand, using this example, understand that even in the past, if you're currently not necessarily seeing or hearing from your person in your material world, but there was a point in the past where maybe something similar happened, you can go back. You can energetically go back to that point in time, and you can be there for yourself, and you can do exactly what I just described and collapse time and shift into your new reality. Okay. So please receive the message down below with prayer hands on heart. I intend that this was of great value to you guys. Share this, hype the video, because I do think that a lot of people in the community need to hear this video. I love you so much. Have an amazing day. I'll talk to you soon.